What's going on, YouTube? Time has finally come. I finally was able to find some time to get this video done. The longer I kept pushing it off, the more different salute shell kits I kept getting for this video. So as it is now, I have 55 different salute kits. I have ball shells, I have firecrackers or ground salutes, whatever you want to call them, canisters. I even have a homemade one just for shits and giggles. So yeah, grand total of 55 different ones. I believe that's the biggest comparison on YouTube. That's not really what I was going for, but it kind of just turned into that. I think the largest comparison video I've seen was maybe 30 different shells, and it was just them lighting them in the tube and saying, yeah, that was louder. So hopefully this video will be a little bit more in-depth and more scientific, quote unquote. I do have the decibel meter on the right side there. That's what I plan on using. I don't know if I'll be able to film it while filming the fireworks. Just logistically, it'll just be me. So I'll probably light stuff off. So I'll be on the ground in the same spot from the same distance, just to eliminate height out of the loudness. And so I'll probably just end up saying what the decibel meter says without being able to show it, just because it probably just flashes briefly. But going from left to right, starting with the ball shells, I have a total of 9 different ball shells. So from left to right, I have Dragon Ball Z. I call them clown shells. It's just like a generic black box rewrap, I'm sure. Next to that is Black Box. Then Iron Man, Zombie Minion, Bang Bang, The King, Maddox, and Fire Force. Now, next to those, I have 3, technically, I guess, firecrackers, whatever you want to call them. They're all probably just rewraps of the same thing. I have Warning Shot, Demon Bunny, and Coconut Bomb. Going into the 4-inch canister shells, I have 12 different types of those, starting with Cock Awakens, then the It's It shell, Porky's Revenge, the Outbreak, going up to the second row here, got United We Win, and then Don't Panic. We have the Anarchy White shells, Zombies Return, Kryptonite, Hot Cocks, Boxcar Billy, and Corona Killer. Now moving into the 5-inch shells, starts with the Hammer, then Sub-Zero, which has a mine effect to it, so hopefully that goes well. Doesn't start a fire or anything. I don't know how that's going to work on the ground, but find out. Next to that, we have the KAG shells, Keep America Great, classic. Next to that, we have the 3 light shells, then the Superman shells, then the lightsaber shells, and then the dark side. Now going up to the 3rd row, we have the Rambo. That was a couple years ago. That was like the standard from what I hear, so that was just a leftover from last year. We have the Master 5 next to that, then Nightwing, then Enigma, so that is Super Saiyan, and then Poltergeist. Moving into the 6-inch shells, I have 6 different ones. I have the Kong Killers, the Anarchy Black, the Baba Yagas, the Big Bank shells, the Green Lantern shells, and the Ghostbusters, the one that everyone knows. I personally am a fan of them, but I will agree they're a little overhyped, especially now that 8-inch shells are kind of taking over the market. I have a couple 7-inch shells, not that many in my area. Have the Covenant, and then I have the HCMF Locos, 7-inch versions. And then I also have a homemade there. Just probably light that at the end. That's probably going to be the loudest, I would hope, based on how much powder's in it. But you never know. Alright, the back row is all the 8-inch shells. I have 9 different ones. From left to right, I have Goku. I have Ocho, the one with Deadpool on the front. Then Master 8, Then panther shells, which I don't think anyone else has around here, because I got them from Missouri. Majin Buu. Quick aside here, I have never really watched Dragon Ball Z, but I will say that the box wrap on Majin Buu is probably the coolest one out of all these, in my opinion. All right, next to that we have the Ocho shells, not to be confused with Ocho. Next to those we have the HCMF Loco shells, and then obviously next to those the HCMF King Cobra shells. And then the last one is the Skull Crusher shells. Now, with this amount of shells, I know there's a ton of rewraps here. Just off the top of my head, I'm assuming the Coconut Bomb, Demon Bunny, Warning Shot, those are all rewraps of each other, I assume. The 3 Light, Super Saiyan, and Superman are all rewraps of each other. Even the shells look exactly the same. They're all just yellow. Lightsaber is a rewrap of Master 5. Kong Killer, the Big Bank shells are a rewrap of those. The Green Lantern shell is supposedly a rewrap of the Baba Yaga. All the 8-inch shells, I'm at least aside from maybe Goku and Panther. Oh, maybe not actually. I think he said those are made in the same factory as Master. So they're all probably the same shell rewrapped. And yeah, hopefully this test goes well. I will see you guys at the shoot site. $117. $113.8. $118.6. $118.4. $117.1. $117.2. $118.4. $117.5. $118.1. $117.3. $117.3. $117.1. 117.4. 117.9. 118.7. 118.5. 118.7. 117.9. 118.2. 118.0. 118.8. 118.7. 117.7. 118.1. 117.9. 118.3. 117.7. 118.8. 118.8. 118.6. 117.7. 118.7. 118.8. 117.5. 118.9. 118.8. 117.9. 118.5. 117.7. 118.4. 118.4. 117.8. 118.7. 118.3. 118.2. 118.5. 118.4. 118.3.
Alright, so I'm here to go over the final results for the test. As you can see, I wasn't able to get all the shells tested. I got, quote unquote, kicked out. I wouldn't say kicked out, I'd say nicely asked to leave after the first couple 8-inch shells. I had been at the shoot site for roughly 3 hours at that point. It was up in the mountains. It was a gun range. So I kind of had to, I thought getting there early enough there wouldn't be anybody there, but I was wrong. So I kind of had to let them do their thing in between all my testing. And it would have been fine, but there was one guy that was there, and he was there for over a freaking hour, and I was just sitting there waiting patiently. All I needed was like 10 or 15 minutes left of like nobody there, and I would have been done before the park ranger, whoever it was, showed up and asked me to leave. And I debated going back and finishing, but it's like almost a 2-hour drive from my house to the place I was lighting at, and it really didn't seem worth it for like the 10 minutes I needed to finish up, especially because the test really didn't go as planned. I don't know if that's the fault of the decibel meter or not, but the results didn't really go as I would expect. So here's what didn't get lit. We got the Majin Buu, Panther, Master 8, both of the HCMF shells, the Ocho, Skull Crusher, and then the homemade one. I know that's probably what everyone wanted, is the mainly the 8-inch comparison, but it is what it is. That's why this video is taking so long. I haven't really been that motivated to edit it because it kind of didn't go as planned, but I guess it is what it is. So going over the results, I did have 2 random color shells mixed in, which I had a feeling might have happened, at least with the ball shells, but I guess it is what it is. I took those out of the averages. Maybe the people selling maybe mixed them up, because I know a lot of them have color and salute variations. Either that or people lied to me, but whatever, it is what it is. So the ball shells, I had I think 12 different ones if you remove the color out of it, and it has an average of 117.8 decibels. The firecrackers, I had 3 of them. The average of those was 117.2. That kind of tracks, because they're really loud, but they're not quite as loud as like legit salute shells, so I kind of believe that. 4-inch average, I had an average of 118.2 decibels, and that was with, well, about 13, I think I had 12 or 13. The 5-inch average, now I don't know if I believe this completely, but the average is 118.4 decibels, and that's with removing the one Super Saiyan color that we had mixed in on accident. 6-inch average, 118.2 decibels, the 6 or 7 that I had there. 7-inch average, 118.4, and then the 8-inch average, at least the 2 that I got, was 118.4. Now, I don't know if it's the decibel meter or what, but it seemed like the smaller stuff was somewhat accurate. Like, I believe the ball shells were a little bit louder than the firecrackers, and then the 4-inch were a little bit louder than both of those, and then obviously the 5-inch louder than those. But once you get above the 5-inch shells, it kind of went off the rails a little bit. So I was roughly, I don't know, 120, 150 feet away from all the shells that got lit off, and it was roughly, once I got to like the Ghostbusters and the Baba Yagas, and from there onward, I could start feeling the shells a little bit more, the pulse from them. And then once I got some of the 7 and 8-inch shells, then my ears started to ring a little bit, and like none of the 5-inch, none of the 4-inch shells did that. So I don't know, I don't think the decibel meter was completely accurate, but I mean, it was, I can't even remember if it was the $30 or the $50 one off Amazon, but I don't know, it kind of did its thing, kind of worked, but also not really. So kind of feel like I wasted my time with this video, but I still feel like I got to get it edited and get it out to people, just so there's some sort of reference, and because I promised it to people. But unfortunately it didn't really go as planned. As you can see, I've just been kind of panning stuff that I have, just because I never did a stash video, and I feel like you guys want something to look at while I just ramble. So hopefully you can see what's all in here. I didn't have nearly the amount of time I wanted to light most of this stuff, so I guess I'll have to wait till New Year's to light a bunch of this off. So, but yeah, anyway, that is the salute shell comparison video. Sorry to disappoint a lot of you, probably. Kind of disappointed myself as well, just because it didn't really go as planned and I didn't get all the shells done. So it is what it is. Life goes on, I guess. Probably won't end up doing another video like this, just because it was a ton of work and it didn't really go as planned. So I guess I can see why people just light them in a tube and just go, oh yeah, that was louder. It's a lot easier, a lot more convenient. And then you let the commenters debate over it. So yeah, that'll be it. See you guys around New Year's. Probably won't have much content between then, just because I don't have anywhere to light. So until then, take it easy.